basement!
3097 Seconds Bays Boys podcast.
We're here.
Today, the show is brought to you by AI. Never. Get the fuck out of here.
And we've lost our first listener of the day.
Never any AI in this
15
goddamn
seconds
show.
in.
That didn't take
And
long.
we managed to make them mad.
Didn't take long.
We make everybody mad.
That's all right. That's why they keep coming back to see what the new maddening thing is going to
Tell
be.
us to F off.
Hey, I like it.
Kill ourselves.
Yeah, well.
Stop putting stickers on their Teslas and Priuses.
Well, that's not
Who
us.
did that?
That would be M.
The M.
The M.
Can't trust that guy.
Or can you?
No.
Maybe he's the most trustworthy. We haven't figured that out
I'm
yet.
going to find out where my man's emailing from. See what's going on.
Dude, he's using onion routers and Tor.
Right.
You ain't gonna find
Right,
shit.
right.
He's pinging off a fucking Starlink.
We'll hit up Brown Bear. Brown Bear,
Yeah.
can you use some of your secret 007 connects and hook us
you're
up?
gonna reach back into the past?
Right. Hey, man, we got a favor to ask.
Oh,
So, hold on. Without going into that shenanigans, I've been looking at Skynet.
Skynet.
No, I've been looking at
Starlink.
Starlink, though.
Yeah.
I want his internet.
Tons of people are using it.
We're going to get it.
It's expensive.
No, it's not.
Is it?
It's a $500 starter kit.
Okay. But how much is it a month?
I have no idea. I didn't look. I figure once I have his tools, we can there's got to be a way to just steal his shit.
I don't know.
I'm going to fuck with it. We have to. We have to know.
I was watching about people that permanently live in a camper.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big camper.
They
get
travel with it?
Yeah, they travel with it.
Get the fuck out of here. Does it work well?
And they have Starlink. They use Starlink. They use two other internet services,
Okay.
like Hotspot and something else.
Okay.
But they're like, Starlink doesn't work well if you're in an area covered in trees.
Get the fuck out of here. They did not say that.
Well, they were saying, hey, if our trailer or if our camper is parked
Okay.
underneath a tree, it's
Okay.
not as good as it can. But in
All
the
right.
open, they're like,
So
it's a beast.
So I've got one for you. So whilst I was away on my travels looking for the gators and Bigfoot
Yeah.
down in the Floridas,
Uh-huh.
you know, we were on base housing and all that.
Yeah.
I got to speak with my neighbor
Okay.
who happens to work for those guys who sail boats.
Yeah.
He told me
Uh-huh.
that they're low. So you will know about this being a trash guy. Something about how when they go out and to train, if they're not using their main comms, they're all using Starlink now.
Oh, I did not know that.
So they have a contract
Oh.
to use his satellites as the quote unquote dummy backup training satellites.
Wow, my man is making money.
Oh, so it is okay. Yeah, I knew you'd kind of know. So now he goes, yeah. So if we're out on a mission or whatever, he goes, what we'll do is if we're not going to use our main comms, or if we need a backup system because our main comms are chopped, he goes, we can use Starlink. And he actually did mention the same thing you said. Because I asked him, I said, is the hype as good as it says? Because, you know, obviously Uncle Sam's using it now. So it's got to be something. And that's what he said. He goes, yeah, when it's clear and when you're good, you're good. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And that's where he was. But if they're using it at that level.
But here's the other thing you got to
Are
understand.
they porting signals?
At some
from it?
point in time, they lost like 30 satellites.
He said, yeah, wait, who?
Elon.
Daddy Elon did?
Yeah, Starlink lost like 30 satellites a couple years back.
He said
There was some event, some celestial event.
oh, they got chewed up through rocks and whatever?
I don't
Or-
know what it was, but they lost like 30 satellites because of this event. So they may have replaced them. I don't know. But that would cause gaps in service, right?
Yeah, you're getting way beyond me, big dog. Listen, up until like last year, I thought we still had one satellite up there doing all our GPS. So I'm the wrong fucking person to ask about this shit. But no, his personal opinion was that he thought that Starlink was probably still better infrastructured than Uncle Sam.
Would you be surprised?
Training under some of the companies I've been training under the last few years, God no.
Here's
Shout
what
out to BCT. I'm saying.
Here's what I'm going to tell
I
you.
wouldn't be surprised now.
Right. Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Right.
If you're in the government, your gear was made by the lowest bidder.
Now, see, okay. Now I understand that.
No, your mindset.
I truly do.
Oh, all these tier 1 groups, all these high-end groups have all this great gear. Just them.
That's the problem. See, that part I didn't know until I got with some other people too.
Listen, not everybody has all that.
Yeah, that I'm learning.
Okay. So your gear is made by the lowest bidder.
Right. Their gear is, my gear's not. I only bring the best into the studio.
So here's what I'm going to say. Starlink system is probably good. It's in its infancy. It's only going to get better.
Jesus.
The more satellites they put up, the more coverage they have, the better it gets.
They've already made the sky look like trash can fucking Amazon. So, now we're just littering in space. And I'm saying, man.
Everybody else is littering in space.
Oh, is that where we're going with it? Just everybody's doing it? So
everybody's putting up stuff now.
Oh, we're in trouble.
And on that note.
It's going to look like L.A. over here.
Here's what I'm saying. Right? This space thing isn't just stopping here around our celestial body, right? Everybody's going back to the moon. Everybody. China,
it's gonna
India,
look like Everest.
The United States.
It's going to look like Everest.
The government, private agencies. Yeah, it's going to look like Everest. Everybody's going back to the moon all of a sudden.
We're just like an infection.
Within the next 10 years, you're going to have a bunch of national governments and private entities all having a presence on the moon. The question is why?
Listen, if I make a couple of calls to my homies up high in the NASA game.
First of all, you already discounted NASA and said they're all a bunch of drunks and they're fake.
They are a bunch of drunks and fakes. That doesn't mean we still don't know them, though. And besides, I got to finish. If I call the connections and we call in as many favors as we can, would you go to the moon?
No.
You just say no?
Yeah.
You're just like done. You're like, no.
No,
not even
because of what I'm about to tell you.
Okay. Hit me with it.
This goes back to UFOs.
Uh-oh.
This goes back to the moon landings.
You think they're all up there already?
The original people that were on the moon, there were radio transmissions from the moon. They were saying, yeah, there's a bunch of other ships. They're on the other side of the crater and they're looking at us. 90% of all photographs of the moon have been sanitized by NASA. Then when people were going onto the NASA's catalogs and pulling up the pictures that had just blurred out things on the surface of the moon, NASA removed them all.
What, the actual pictures with the blurries?
Yes.
So your thought is that NASA...
And then in future moon landings, they agreed not to say UFO over the open channel, so they started calling it Santa Claus. So in some of the transmissions from the moon landings, you will hear the astronauts go, "Hey, there's a Santa Claus." And I've listened to them. I've listened to them, and ground control goes, "Well, you would know best."
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. And we also forget that the guys that were stuck in the modules that were orbiting the moon while the guys were on the surface, on the backside of the moon, NASA would lose contact with them for 42 minutes.
That I remember them talking about, right?
And while they were on the backside of the moon,
also in the movies,
they would keep picking up radio sounds on the backside of the moon, so it's not from Earth. And they called it space music.
Okay, let's delve into it again. Why are they not here?
Oh, they have been. They've been here. They were here a long time ago, and then they started coming back after we started testing the nuclear bombs.
¿Por qué? Why?
Because when the nuclear bombs went off, it releases a certain frequency and a certain light thing that shoots out across the universe.
So they came on a blink.
And
so we sent an SOS via a flashlight.
Pretty much, but here's the problem.
That
SOS with a flashlight apparently interferes with their communications and their space vehicles.
They don't like it?
No.
Who said this? Tom DeLonge from Blink-182?
No. Are you familiar with a guy by the name of Dr. Stephen Greer?
You know I'm not. Don't ask me questions.
So Dr. Stephen Greer has been working on a project for over 30-something years called the Disclosure Project. They just had a huge data dump, like 13 terabytes worth of information.
For those of you who don't know, 13 terabytes is a lot, especially if it's all written information. That's an eternity of life to look at.
He said it would take you 20 years probably to go through all of it.
Yes, sir. That's about right.
And so long story short, he has over 700 interviews with whistleblowers, video footage, all of their credentials, their government credentials, who they worked for and what they did, and their interviews. Not to mention he has a ton of other information from insiders, right? They've killed 4 of his assistants. They killed a bunch of people that he's known.
Why'd they kill the assistant? What'd he do?
Because
He's just bringing coffee.
Because my man was giving out information that they didn't want out.
Why the fuck didn't they just whack him then?
They've tried because he has a dead man switch set up. He has a bunch of information that was not released in the data dump.
So basically, my man could be your homie, and then he gets you whacked on because they don't want you getting the information off the homie, but they're not going to blicky the homie?
They've tried, and they failed.
This is horrible. Oh,
yeah, I just saw him. He's done a whole bunch. He's done several documentaries.
They tried, huh?
Yeah, he's done several documentaries. He also did his most recent documentary was called The Lost Century, where he talks about in 1951, the U.S. government came up with the Patent Secrecy Act, which states if you come up with a design or a product that the U.S. government feels is of national security or might affect the economy of the country or the world or anything they think that should be held secret, they come in, snatch up everything, and bury it.
Okay, first of all, that's just the CIA.
Right?
They do whatever the fuck they want.
Right. And what they're really talking about is what it comes down to is 0 point energy.
So we're back to cold fusion?
Free energy.
Free energy. Of course they don't want that. They don't want to cure cancer.
They said
they don't want to give out
They said,
free
what do you
energy.
think of Daddy Elon? They said, what do you think of Elon Musk? They're just like, well, if Elon Musk was really what he said, his Tesla would have been a real Tesla. It wouldn't have 9,000 pounds or 900 pounds of batteries in it. Nikola Tesla had a Tesla car in the 20s that had a startup battery that was about the size of one of those old square 9-volt batteries, the big square ones.
Okay.
That was just used to start the engine.
Right, that's your starter.
That's your starter.
Okay.
And he had a 0 point energy device inside that took energy from the air and ran the vehicle. Had it in the 20s.
That's like the water car.
Also part of these 6,000 patents that are buried. He told the guy in the interview, your coffee cup has enough energy inside of it to fuel a city for free. You can think about these UFOs. 90% of the UFOs that you see are ours, reverse engineered,
right,
or made by human beings.
Well, they're not renting them from Uber. Right.
He said we've been knocking them down since the 40s because that's when they started showing back up, right?
Knocking them down.
Yes, with directed energy weapons. It started off with radar.
So we're not using.
Apparently, there's a certain frequency and a type of radar that they were using that they were focusing on the craft that disrupted the craft and was making them fall out of the sky. And that's how they got the craft to reverse engineer them. And he goes, teleportation is real as well.
Well, they solved that in The Prestige with Tesla too, so we knew that was real.
Right.
Pretty much anything in movies is almost real.
Right.
Almost. Not everything. Don't get crazy and go quoting
Listen,
Boys podcast
but my
about
man
it.
started talking about all the moon landings. He was talking about how NASA's been censoring and sanitizing all the photographs. The ones they got caught that were sanitized, that were in their data banks, they deleted. All the original recordings of the moon landing disappeared, but the transcripts are still available.
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit too about the whole we couldn't build the spaceship because we lost the blueprints. Homie, you're fucking NASA.
Yeah, NASA.
You're fucking
right.
NASA.
Yeah, they lost the blueprints,
Y'all
right?
got records of $20 bolts you're buying. You don't have records of the fucking spaceship
and that's
you
why
built?
they had to pull the Saturn rocket out of
Get the fuck out of here.
the fucking Smithsonian to reverse engineer it.
What do you think? So here's one that's been brought up recently, and
All I'm saying is if you want to get some hardcore information, find anything you can on Dr. Stephen Greer and watch him talk. Because he's dropping knowledge, and if you find his Disclosure Project website and check out the data dump that he just released of all the top secret documents he's releasing, everything he's releasing, it's wild as fuck.
do you think that it's going to affect the world?
Yes.
Do you think we're going to get to see aliens walk among us before we leave this Earth, Joe?
Oh,
Skelly?
you don't know what's going on in the news? The news is, as a matter of fact, Harvard just put out a paper. It said, is it possible that aliens are already living amongst us and hiding?
Yeah, I mean, it's MIB.
So
We knew that.
what they're talking about is there's going to be a false flag operation where they have man-made UFOs do attacks to join everybody together in a one-world government to fight the aliens.
So they want to do the Watchmen.
Yeah, so here's my thing. If aliens intended to be hostile, the tech that they have to get to this planet
Alone.
I don't think there's anything we
would
could
be
do
a
to
problem.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're talking.
What's your 9mm going to do against the spacecraft?
Yeah, and they're already saying that he came out and said in the podcast I just saw him on that all the alien abductions that have taken place were real. However, they weren't done by aliens; they were done by the U.S. government as a psyop.
To make people, I believe it.
And that he had actual testimony of people that were involved in the programs.
I believe it. Do you believe that? I believe it.
I believe that.
They're fucking liars.
And that the Greys that everybody talks about, the gray aliens.
The Greys.
Yeah, they call them the Greys.
What, the most common look alien on TV
Yes.
type deal? Okay.
They're not real aliens.
Right.
They're synthetic robots that are covered in real, like flesh.
Okay.
But inside, they're essentially all robots.
Well, they probably made those to give humans an idea of something.
And they
so you
did.
could
And that's what he was saying.
Right.
And that was part of the psyop. Dude, this man's wild as hell. But the fact that he data dumped all the information and literally all the verified top secret documents that he released that were brought to him by whistleblowers, he's briefed almost every CIA director since Clinton.
Get out of here.
Absolutely. And he's the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, the head of all these people. And he's briefed all of them. He's the one that brought all the whistleblowers before Congress last year. Remember when that was going on?
Right. That I remember.
When they were all going into the
There
skiffs.
was a lot of stuff going on then, though.
Yep.
A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to start up again, too.
And first thing he was telling all the congressmen when they went into the skiffs, they had a world map up there on the wall.
Okay.
He goes, erase all the lines. What you're dealing with, the people that are controlling these programs, it has nothing to do with boundaries.
So there's no government lines.
There are no government
So
lines.
you're saying that this is a united front.
This is that there are
This
key
is
figures.
way beyond us.
There are key figures
Oprah.
way up there in private industry and in governments that are all involved in this.
Okay, well, we need to get on Joe Rogan to figure this out. So somebody tell Joe Rogan that we are not Joe Rogan's podcast, that he needs to have us on because I'd like to interview him. I would also like to put his physical fitness to the test.
Oh, Lord.
All right, I'm going to do some tests. I'm going to have a battery of tests that we're going to go through.
Are you going to compete with him?
Oh, hell no.
Then that's not fair.
Listen, we're going to go over this because I think people don't understand this. There's a reason why, as a real... No, I was going to say something silly, but I'm not going to. There's a reason why I don't care for UFC, right? I like bum fights more than I like UFC. Okay?
Why is it more real?
It is more real. Listen, if I take two gentlemen out of anywhere and I put them into a gym for 6 fucking months and let them work out all day.
You think you could turn them into fighting machines?
Right. You give me the money to give them a good diet, a good sleep schedule. They can't be fucking bent out on a 10-day meth bender. Okay? But I'm turning these dudes into pros. It makes no sense.
So
bro.
why don't you start a GoFundMe to start a bum gym? You take guys off the street.
Why do you challenge me? Why the fuck do you... All right, motherfuckers.
And listen, you can can call it bum gym.
Give me a pen. Get the whiteboard over there. We got a whole whiteboard. Me and Joe Skelly have whiteboards here. We're like professionals. We learned that not from Joe Rogan. Fuck Joe Rogan's podcast. All right. I'm joking. God. We're actually huge fans of Joe Rogan's podcast, but we are tired of all of our fans asking us if we're Joe Rogan's podcast. We're not Joe Rogan's podcast. We're better than Joe Rogan's podcast. We didn't have to take any DMT 1000s to have the nightmares we have. So, we're better than that. So what we said here, and I'm going to write this down right now, is you said that we could do the bum gym. So Joe Skelly, and listen, when I teach all these dudes and this dude goes in here and whoops everyone in jiu-jitsu's ass, they're going to be like, we want to take martial arts with Joe Skelly and Tyler, I don't know. And then you guys won't know what to do because we'll be running the bum gym.
The bum gym's going to bring out a stable of fighters.
Right, a stable. Bro, listen, you all think I'm joking, but I'm not. If you studied 50 Cent's philosophies of fighting at all, it is genius. There are two camps in the world that I have learned that fight and deal with things the same way. Or one other camp in the world that deals with things the same way 50 Cent does. 50 Cent said, if I had a problem, I will solve it because there's always a dude looking for the money that wants to be on top. If
So
you
50
don't,
Cent's looking for hitters.
bro, he don't need to look. They're ready. That's called the U.S. government. Who's a U.S. government recruit? 18-year-old dumb motherfuckers right out of school. They're ready for hitting. Hard hitting.
You can't call them dumb.
We're all dumb at 18.
Well, that's fair.
Every
fair
single
statement.
one of us is dumb at 18. We come out thinking that Uncle Sam's going to put us on. We all know that's true. Now listen, it's true that the U.S. government and 50 Cent gets everyone to do their light work. So when we get this GoFundMe up, I'm going to need at least $5 million to start. For what's that buy us? $5 million.
Not a whole lot
A
anymore.
year, maybe.
Maybe.
That's facility. That's training. That's docking him somewhere. We got to park the dog somewhere.
Right.
Right. He's got to have toothpaste, toothbrush.
But you need more than one.
Well, I'm saying we need $5 million to even start. That's why I said start one guy, $5 million.
Well, you also
To
have
build
to
the fighter.
Listen, you also have to fit into that equation the dry out period.
What's that one?
Where you got to dry somebody out to turn them into the fighter.
Oh,
You forgot about that.
well, that don't cost us no money though. You and me already got the shack. We'll get a couple of pairs of cuffs.
Oh boy,
We'll get a couple buckets, some water, some fresh gallons of water. My man will be good.
All right.
We'll wring that motherfucker out. It's called day one cold turkey.
Jesus.
By the time we get done, he can have the broccoli haircut. He'll have gone backwards in age 5 years.
Oh Lord.
Cold turkey him right off the rip. So yeah, dry out period. $5 million, I can still do it. Maybe not in a year. Maybe I need a year and a half because I need 6 months to dry him out. Maybe. If we get the young gun, how much is he messed up here?
Well, I don't know.
We can still pull a track star. I didn't say we had to pick a bum off the thing. We just call it bum gyms because you never fought before. Right. That'll be our loophole.
All right.
That's our loophole.
That's your loophole.
Right. So we're looking for got bumped out of states because his shoelace came undone. Right? If he's a professional state collegiate wrestler or whatever they call him,
And that's what you're looking for.
it counts.
You're looking for that hungry dog.
Right. We're looking for McGregor at 19. Right? Out of a place where his gym is still built out of tires. Right?
There are a lot of places in the world that use tires,
I'm
and I'll tell
saying.
you what, they crank out some beasts.
I'm saying, could we import the fighter too? Because I'll send my mans right over to Thailand and we'll come back with a freaking brick. What'd you say? He just turned 18. He's been training for the last couple of years here. I'll take him. Right? Who's gonna take him down in the whatever? We could do it, man. We can set the fighters up.
All right.
Our old school sent 2 fighters to the UFC.
There you go.
And it did not go well for them. They took ass beatings. But you know what? To go is to go.
To get to the show.
That he got to the show. Did you know? There's a famous school.
Are you adding this to our business ideas?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to go fund it though.
All right. But you won't go fund Surprise Jesus. You won't go fund the
no.
bath
I'm
bombs.
trying to go to hell. I ain't trying to go to hell.
The bath bombs ain't gonna send you to hell.
Oh no, that'll just draw on every fucking weird fucking cuck from Iowa who you wake up in the middle of the night staring at you. Hey, how you doing? What the fuck? Some Dahmer shit. Hey, I heard you're looking for somebody to put your bath bombs together with teeth. I brought my own tools. Yeah, we know how those motherfuckers go. Listen, stay your ass across the border in Michigan, homie. Don't come back with them tools. Yeah, nuh-uh. I was like, what the hell is that? They're just tools. Homie, you got 2 big-ass tool boxes. Check with the man at the door.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
right.
Check with the man at the door. I
Right.
fucking swear if you don't, you're out of here.
Right. Oh,
No,
yeah.
that ain't happening,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
No. Yeah, no. Listen, we just want some Irish little kid out of Boston who wants to be a boxer. We're going to mix him up, a little MMA, show him a couple arm bars, teach him some judo. Goucher.
He's got to have a big brick chin.
No, yeah. Well, he'll be Irish. He will.
Yeah.
So who wants to watch 2 super athletes beat the fuck out of each other for 10 minutes? We could fit 9 fights into an hour if we just let these fuckers knock each other out in 2 minutes.
People are already doing this.
Oh, I know. I'm just listen. After I hooked
So
up,
you want to have unsanctioned fights?
what do you mean want to? We were. It's over now. It's just over. Hooked up with BCT. Listen, I hooked up with this company, BCT. They were training me. Came down the pipe. He said, "These are nice fights. Do you have any papers?" And I was like, "What for?" He said, "What happens if that guy dies?" I said, "Oh, is that a thing?"
Oh,
Listen, I just learned the other day that apparently it's dangerous to train on concrete in martial arts. Did you know that?
it is. Somebody falls and hits their head.
I didn't fucking know that.
Game over.
Nobody tells you that in basement schools. There's about 10 billion Kali schools right now. Dudes are just judo throwing each other on concrete.
Oh yeah.
I had zero clue that was a thing.
Oh.
That never occurred to
You
me.
know how many people die from bouncing their head off the concrete?
That never occurred to me.
That's why the rabbit punch is illegal.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I know that's a blackout spot because
It's a death spot. You hit somebody hard enough back here, forget it.
Oh shit, right there. I thought it was lower. I always punch people right here.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I'm very sorry to all those gentlemen. I did not know. I
Yeah.
punched higher on purpose. It actually hurts more when you hit them up here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts a
Here
lot.
and here, not so bad. Here, yeah.
Oh, just right where the cortex connects, huh?
Yeah.
I thought there was a little bit more guarding it.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we should cut this from the podcast. I'm having like flashbacks and I'm getting real freaked out. Listen, all those dudes got up and walked away. I saw it.
There you go. Yeah.
If they get up and walk, they're fine, right?
Yeah. That doesn't mean they don't go home and die.
Bro, don't say that. You got me sweating. Okay. Listen, that's fine. That's fine.
Listen, this is why they end up having to drill holes in people's skull.
Bro, why'd you have to make it gross?
Relieve the pressure.
Oh,
And there we go.
and then put the Daddy Elon micro in there.
Yeah. Oh. You know, it's funny because Dr. Stephen Greer was talking about these UFO craft are run by thought.
That's always been a thing.
Yeah. Because they're run by thought.
Now, here's my thing.
But the funny thing was, in the 80s, Clint Eastwood did a movie called Firefox, right? Where they went to Russia and they stole a top secret plane out of Russia. And when you put on the helmet, the way you thought helped control the plane. And they told him very specifically, and they trained him in Russian, you got to think like a Russian. There you go.
I don't want anybody in my fucking head ever.
Well, I'm just
Ever.
saying, if they were already talking about this in the 80s, where do you think the tech is now?
Can you believe?
You're
Can you
welcome.
believe? First of all, God, I'm gonna have to edit this podcast episode so much. Can you believe that I think we've hit that age where we still get tattooed, and I know you're not getting any new holes and piercings put in. I'm definitely not. I don't believe in chunky guys having piercings. That's just me. It's not anything against my chunky friends with piercings. I love you all. It's not for me.
Gotcha.
But that's it. You know, I remember our parents, that'll ruin your life. That'll be this. That'll be that. Listen, homie, they're trying to cut pieces out of your brain now and install an iPhone.
Yes, they are.
Do you really think my lip ring's the biggest issue?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That is scary. Mm-hmm. I feel
And
like
nanobot technology?
we're the old men now.
They would have put nanobots in you.
Here's the question, though.
And I heard they're putting it in soda.
Yeah.
They're putting it in pop, and you don't even know about it. And what they're using it for What they're using it for is to use your neural network as a repeater.
First of all, that all kinds of vibes, right? Second of all,
can you imagine
if you if you got cancer, would you let them nanobot you to kill it?
Well, no, considering that there are other ways that they've proven works using sound frequency to destroy cancer cells.
No, but if they had the nanos, what if you had to have the nanos? What if the nanos were the only way?
Yeah,
you
the
get
nanobots
some
never
rare-
leave your body.
Oh,
ever.
I know. Maybe that's the thing though. Maybe you get that special power because it's got to keep eating the cancer.
Oh,
So now you're like Deadpool.
maybe they reprogram the nanobots to control you. Yep.
They don't need nanobots for that for me. They just have some blonde girl come up to me and talk to me. Tyler, what are you doing? Can I have those stickers?
Tyler would be the worst spy ever because he gets honey potted.
Every time. I get honey potted by the guys. Hey Tyler, how you doing? You like my Versace suit? Is that a thing, Versace suits? I think so.
We'll just say
maybe.
it is.
Well, if Daniel Craig came up to you and asked you to join him in his Audi and chase some bad guys, I mean, I think we'd go.
I probably would.
Especially if he let us choose what gun we wanted. Yeah. And it wasn't like a noisy cricket situation. He's like, here's your P-38. What the fuck did you just say?
I don't want that.
What is
stupid
this? Is this a Walter something? It's a 380.
No
Excuse me?
thanks.
It shoots pebbles.
Yeah, no thanks.
Right. He lets you pick.
Well, that might be all right.
You remember when they came out, the very first MIB, and he's like, noisy cricket.
Right.
When I was a kid, you know what I thought? Be happy you even got a gun, motherfucker. I don't have one. There's 10 motherfuckers down the road that got them, and I ain't even got one. I'll take the noisy
I don't even
cricket.
have one.
Right. That's what we really were thinking.
I'd be upset.
If he gave you that little Walter, he's like, here you go.
Why has this guy got one and I don't? All these aliens are out here?
Oh, I'd be salty as fuck. I'd be so mad. You know what the other reason was too, right?
What's that?
It's because he's NYPD, bro. He don't want him to have a gun.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
He was like, we don't have any space guns with 12-pound New York triggers, so you can have the noisy cricket.
Oh, wow.
Oops. Sorry to all our New York fans.
Did you just put that out there?
Yeah, well. Listen, there ain't no New York cops listening. They're all busy getting drunk, watching the fucking Yankees. It's fine.
In the Mets.
The Mets.
The greatest team in baseball. Hey, you know who's going to hit you up about that, right? Don't talk bad about the Mets because you're going to get you're going to get a whole lot of messages.
Mets fan here?
Oh, you're going to get a whole lot of messages.
Who's the team from Atlanta?
The Braves.
It's the Braves.
Yeah.
Are they as famous as the Mets?
I'd say I can't believe you just did that.
Are you under?
I can't believe you just did that.
So right now, this is the Joe Skelly look I just got. It's this millisecond look where he stops talking and then his face turns both sides. He goes, motherfucker, did you just ask that because you know you're setting me up or are you genuinely fucking with me?
That was 100% a setup.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a setup. Somebody talked about the Braves this weekend or week. They were like, we're going to Atlanta. And I was like, what for? And they said, a baseball game. And I was like, homie, that's not the fucking reason to go to Atlanta. I didn't say that to this guy.
No.
Because he's a little bit meaner and tougher than me. But I was in my head, I'm like,
you're going to go to Atlanta for a baseball game.
For a baseball game.
But is it closer than the Marlins?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Well, because they're in a weird place,
Listen,
right? If they want to go to a ball game
from Florida to Atlanta
or Florida to Miami, which one's closer?
First of all, why the fuck is that a question? How fucking big is Florida?
Well,
somebody told me. I said I want to go to
from
Pensacola.
where you are.
They said 6 hours. I was like 6 fucking hours. I could cross Ohio in 6 hours.
Right. You want to get to Miami? It's like 12
from fucking Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because it's a long ass state.
That was the whole trip from Florida to Ohio was only 12.
24 hours to Miami.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
You know what?
If you're going faster, you might be able to beat that
F is
time.
not for family. It's for fuck Florida.
Someone once told me that the Mets were the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
What the fuck does that even mean? Who? Where are the Mets from again? Is that the Atlanta one?
What? New York.
What? I thought the Yankees were from New York.
They're both.
They got 2 teams in New York?
Yeah.
Are these different divisions?
The 2 teams and 2
or
teams?
just straight ass 2 teams?
Straight ass 2 teams.
Okay.
They both play Major League Baseball.
I own a New York jersey.
Oh, of who?
Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just sometimes I wait till the perfect day and then I wear it and I'm just like, I know what you're all thinking, man.
Yeah, it'd be worse if it was a Pittsburgh Pirates jersey.
Oh.
It'd be a lot
I'm not
worse.
trying to get stabbed in Ohio.
No, you ain't trying to get
Imagine
shanked.
the weird. Yeah, this is in Oakland, people. Listen, they moved the Raiders out of Oakland.
See, here's
Because
the problem.
people were just tired
here's the
of
problem.
people getting
They've
shanked.
gentrified the park so much that you ain't gonna get that kind of beef. You might get it in the parking lot, but you ain't getting it in the park because
Listen.
nobody wants to go to baseball jail.
Those, which is not real jail if nobody catches you,
Right.
or it's the same as real jail if nobody catches you.
Right.
No,
I'm just saying, look,
Why
you
the
go to the
fuck would
ball
you go
game
to
and you can
Atlanta
order
for a-
fucking sushi. It's not the same thing.
Listen, what? What? Oh, disgusting. That's like eating sushi from fucking Walmart. Listen, if you eat sushi from Walmart,
No, gas station sushi.
that's
That's the one that causes
not even
the problem.
real, bro.
It is real.
Get the fuck out of here. Where?
Oh, that they're out there. I just wouldn't recommend eating
That's
it.
disgusting.
I wouldn't recommend eating
Who
it.
would eat sushi from a gas station? I don't want to eat anything from a guy who can barely spell his own fucking name. And before everyone goes, Tyler, why are you so mean?
Everybody forgets about that Circle K that I went into that had the hot dog roller with a sign on it that said employees only. I was like, so what are these guys cooking their fucking lunch? It wasn't because you can go into any gas station and pull a hot dog off the roller, right? There's no thing about that.
Fucking
This one
people.
was specifically for the employees.
They don't want you touching it, bro.
No, I think that's where they were making their fajitas and their lunch.
I told you that story about that dumb gas station guy who just drove over the cones, right?
Yes, you did.
Fucking idiots. They're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. They're going back up on ramps. They're going straight down on ramps. They're going backwards, straight down, forward on ramps.
So you're out on gas station sushi.
Huh.
Walmart
That's
sushi.
disgusting, bro.
You're out on Walmart
Don't you
sushi.
fucking dare eat Walmart sushi. I know the guys that unpack those trucks. They're nasty. You don't want nothing to do with that. That's fucking gnarly. Who is eating that? Yo, you're getting the fucking shits from that if you're eating that garbage.
If you've eaten gas station sushi, write the show because Tyler wants to hear your confession.
You're getting the shits. You might get salmonella. You might eat some fucking heroin. And then it's probably not even real sushi, dog. It's probably that paste, that crab meat paste they make.
Oh, probably.
You know, I used to love that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the whole video the other day on how it's made. Are you the one that sent that to me? Probably. Son of a bitch. It probably was. Somebody sent it to me and I saw it and they were like, first they strip it, then they wash it, then they mix it with this powder. And I was like, motherfucker, I haven't seen one fucking crab since we started this video.
By the way, you'll want to stop eating chicken nuggets because it's all made from paste.
Oh,
too.
I stopped that shit a long time ago. I haven't had a chicken nugget in fucking years. Huh.
Pasty nuggets.
That big nasty pink snake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, sir. He's got a demon in a box. His mask don't work, and he eats chicken nuggets. His magic is bolstered.
His magic is bullshit. Oh, yeah.
Listen, this is horrible.
You know what I was thinking about?
I hope.
Listen,
I'm so scared
it's still
right
on
now.
the food subject.
Oh no! Shoot it!
Look, in the
Shoot
late 80s, McDonald's had that McDLT.
What the fuck is that?
It was it was brilliant.
Oh,
it was
no.
brilliant marketing.
Oh, no.
Hold on. It was a tray that had two sections in the tray.
Okay.
Right? On one side was a bun with a hot burger.
Okay.
On the other side was a bun with a lettuce and tomato.
Okay.
And the
that
commercial
sounds like
was
a Big Mac.
it keeps the hot side hot and the cool side cool. And then they put a lid on it and they would sell it to you for a higher price, right? And then you would put the sandwich together yourself and eat it.
Oh,
And they charged you more money for it.
they found out a way to charge you to make your own burger?
Yes. The McDLT, right? Because people's complaint was, my tomato's soggy, my lettuce is wilted. Well, we'll keep it separate, and then you can put it together when you're ready to eat
This
it.
is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
And people ate it
This
up.
is like fucking Legos.
This is like self-checkout that's everywhere. They found a way to get you to bag your own shit, charge you the same amount of money for doing their job. And then they put people out of work.
Speaking of self-checkouts, first of all, that's just fucked. Second of all,
if you use self-checkout, you should get a discount. That's all I'm
true.
saying.
So we were in Florida, right? They've got the self-checkout where you just put the shit on top of the table and it does it.
What do you mean you put the shit on the table?
I know. You put it right on top of there and it automatically comes up on the computer what you bought. You
By
didn't even
weight?
scan anything. I have no idea, dude. I did not inspect it at all. I did.
There's got to be a way to scam that.
There is a way. It's probably got 360 scanners, I would imagine. But I'm telling you right now, bro.
So you didn't have no scanning of a barcode, no nothing.
Nothing. And it was instantaneous. And I was like, and I literally, I'm scrolling through my phone.
Now, hold on. Do you remember those what's it, Whole Foods? Where you could go into, oh, wow.
Yep. I took a picture just for you. My cuz put it on there and I was like, what the fuck did you just do, bro? And he goes, yeah, man, just throw it up there. And I said, okay. And we threw it up there and within 2 milliseconds, a whole screen showed up and had everything on there.
Now, along
Scary
those
as
lines,
fuck.
hold on. Do you remember, I think it was Whole Foods, where they had the stores where you could just take whatever you want and walk out the door and they would charge your Amazon account?
Oh, yeah.
They
Remember
came
the
out-
commercial with the trench coat guy and the long hair and he's like walking and he goes through the buzzer, he goes beep, 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 beep. And then the lady goes, hey, you. And he turns around and goes, I've got this. He's like fucking Neo's methed out cousin is like, and this happened when that shit was going on, right? He's like, and he turns around, just flashes it like this badge of honor, and then keeps walking with his frozen turkey under his trench coat.
But here's the thing.
Who would rob it?
They finally came out and said how it worked.
Which one?
You could just
trench
take the
coat
stuff
guy?
off the shelves and put it in a bag and walk out the door and they just charge your Amazon account.
You gotta be running a scanner at the door.
No. They got thousands of cameras in the store and they had thousands of people in India watching the cameras and adding it to your bill.
No fucking
Yes.
way.
Yep. That's how they were doing it. And that's why they had to stop doing it.
Yeah, because everybody was lying. Because when my brother Clarence over there works at fucking night, I'm gonna go, hey Clarence, I'll be in there. I'll be the one with 7 Vivo TVs that are 44 fucking inches. Why don't you go ahead and tell him I got a pack of lettuce? That's the fucking most. Would have been
That's
the
how
first
they were doing
fucking thing I did. Listen, you know,
because
we
nobody can figure it out.
Yeah.
Like you take a bottle of water, you get a head of lettuce, you get some Slim Jims, and you just walk out the door and it billed your Amazon account.
Again, they got this idea from the Port Authority guys or the port, whatever. What are they called? The merchant marine guys who run the packages, right? Hey man, found this box over here. Just go ahead and walk out with it. We'll mark it down later after you make all the money off of it. Let us know, bro. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying that. And they finally came out and said how they were doing it. They had hundreds of cameras in the store being monitored remotely.
So you're telling me that as a person, I would just be following one human the whole time?
Yep.
Who the fuck would do that job? What kind of idiot would sign up for that job? You can't even get motherfuckers to fix the gas station trash can. How are you going to get them to follow somebody and write down what they're stealing from Amazon? That doesn't even make sense. What kind of polygraph they running for this test? That's what I want to know. Because again, they'd be like, Tyler, we noticed that you logged 4 packages of Skittles today, and that's it. Well, yeah, that's the only thing they bought.
Well, listen, along those same lines.
Why was it the
Dollar
Mega Beast
General recently did away with all their cashiers.
Oh, yeah.
And they had nothing but self-checkout, right?
Right.
They're reversing their policy because of theft.
Duh. The fuck have they been? Listen, and you know what's funny though too is honestly clerk theft is the easiest because all the clerk does, who's the thief, is they call somebody and they say, hey Clarence, meet me at 8 p.m. at this Walgreens. I will be the clerk. Here's the list of shit you're going to buy and bring $20. Ask me how I know. I saw it on YouTube. Saw it on YouTube. Something I saw on YouTube.
Right.
Anyways, no, bro. It's the same as what did we learn recently about the cartels and opening all those famous weed shops in all these very desolate states? If it's all legal now, nobody's looking for it. You can still do illegal things to produce your product and then be thieving however you want. It's crazy. They make it easier for people to make illegal money. Anytime they put rules on you, it's going to be hard. It's going to be easier for the criminal.
Right.
But here's the question. No. So once they start I still don't get how they got people watching those cameras. But now that they have the body scanner things and the other thing, tag swapping is the biggest one now. And
What's tag swapping?
That's where you just take the item and swap the tag for you get a pair of shoes and you take the little Scantron off and you put it on the TV and you scan the TV. It comes up to $20.
Right.
Yeah, but the Walmart people are getting hip to that shit. I know some dude that just got busted doing it to like turkey meat. Like he took turkey meat off and put it on like lettuce off on put it on turkey or some shit. All he wanted to do was pay $1 for turkey meat and they caught him.
Oh.
Because they have actual humans can see what you're ringing up. So when they see that you put the lettuce head on there and it rings up, or that you put the TV on, it rings up as the lettuce head, they're like, hey, that looks suspect.
Go check self-checkout register 4.
Right. They're not hip to this yet. But I have seen older women do the bounce on people. And it's wild because they're getting paid to be a cashier, but they've got them scanning for theft. They're like a little built-in security guard at Walmart.
There you go.
Yeah, no. Listen, my guys, if you're stealing from Walmart, first of all, there's nothing in the Walmart store worth stealing for. That's number one. So don't steal from Walmart. Second of all, if you're going to, just go to the back doors because the bay doors are always open. They leave them unlocked and wait for some jackass to leave the door open and you walk out with it. I don't know why everyone's trying to walk right out the front register with their fucking shoes. You're trying to steal a $29 pair of shoes, my guy. You're going to take a hit on that for $29? It's going to cost more.
You're going to do 6 months.
Right. For $29 fucking dollars.
Right.
There's
Not worth
nothing.
it.
There's nothing in the last team of thieves that I knew that went through Walmart. It was the same thing. These motherfuckers were stealing $10 CDs. And I'm like, homie, it's going to take you an eternity to build up any kind of margin of income because you're stealing $10 fucking CDs that nobody wants to buy anyways.
Right.
And then when they're like, well, we're stealing them for ourselves. I'm like, it's not worth it. Just go on the internet and pirate it. You're risking everything for a fucking disc that in 10 years isn't going to work anyways.
It's going to be obsolete.
Right.
Right.
It makes no sense. There's nothing in Walmart worth stealing.
No, it's not worth the time.
No.
It's not worth the record.
Thing. Oh, wait. There is the pharmaceuticals, but that's a whole nother level. Because you're not getting back there with the Walmart blue shirt on, just so we're very clear.
No.
Please don't do that.
Nope.
I mean, there is some stuff in there, but again, we don't dabble in that, so we don't know.
Nope.
But listen, if something happened to the world, maybe those antibiotics would be worth stealing out of Walmart.
No.
But that's about it.
You know where you can get antibiotics that's better than that?
Where?
Online.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy antibiotics online now? Is that a thing? Is that because the medical market is opening up too?
No.
Or what's happening here?
No. No, I'm going to keep that one to myself.
All right. Yeah, we can't. No. Yeah, let's nixnay on the.
I'm not going to divulge all the secrets.
Yeah, nobody go buying weird stuff online. We don't condone that. There'll be no Silk Road walks here. Anyways, so fucked up.
Back to the moon.
Back to the moon.
Back to the moon.
Back to the moon. We're not going.
No, I'll tell you why they're all going to the moon. It has nothing to do with aliens and UFOs.
Right. Why?
It has everything to do with a compound called H3. It's a source of fuel. And they're going to want to mine the moon.
To do what?
To bring back all the H3 to use it as a source of energy.
They're still trying to mine lithium from little kids in Africa and Mexico right now. What do they need more mining for? They can't get all those kids over there. Who's going to do all that work? Who's going to do it? What are they going to start importing third world country kids?
Oh, hey, here's your spacesuit, kid.
Right.
And a shovel.
Good luck teaching them that.
Get out on the surface.
Listen, if you can't teach them within 3 seconds what they're trying to grab with a gun pointed at them, I just don't see how it's going to work. You think they're going to show up early to debrief?
Maybe that's what they need all the Boston Dynamics robot dogs for.
The DARPA flesh-eating ones?
No, not those guys.
DARPA, you still haven't called this, by the way, you fucks.
We're waiting on you.
We're waiting. Surprise Jesus ain't getting younger. Neither is the regular Jesus. You better start moseying, boy.
We're waiting on you, DARPA.
God, I hope they never call us. Fuck my life, I hope they never call us. If some fucking dweeb in a tweed suit with a fedora shows up and tells us that we're going to DARPA.
monitoring all the radio waves for keywords
like DARPA and leprechauns and megalodon and juggalo,
shark tooth,
mole
people.
Come get us. We'd wait for you to pick us up.
It's all funny games till the A-team van pulls up front and a team of goons gets out and snatches you up.
Yeah, and they all look like CGI reps. It's a CGI version of fucking what's his big old boy's name with the chains? Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Right. CGI version. He'll be like 19. I pity the fool. Get in the van. DARPA. What the fuck just happened? Can I tell my mom? I gotta let her know when I go places.
Pack a lunch.
I gotta pack a lunch, and I don't have any apples, so we gotta go get some. Can you take me to the corner store? They got self-checkout.
Let me show you this cool trick I learned on the podcast.
We are in trouble. Listen, this.
Oh,
we didn't talk about anything we were supposed to talk about. We didn't talk about how we're leaving on our retreat. We didn't talk about the new movies we fucking wanted to talk about. We got.
I guess we got to do one more episode.
Do one more episode.
Yeah.
We got hoodwinked.
Yeah. We got hoodwinked. Got hoodwinked by the moon and DARPA.
We got honeypotted by our own people. What the fuck is happening in this administration?
I am not going to be responsible for all the emails you're about to get about the Mets, though.
Fuck the Mets.
Yeah.
They haven't won a World Series since 1970 fucking 4, man. Come on. And what was Paul even thinking joining that team? Their fucking inlineman is going to be horrible this year. Their entire outfield is like low tier at best. We'd be better to have the fucking LA Kings get out there in their skates. Okay? I have no idea what I'm saying. Are these sports terms? Listen, they're going to score so many fucking touchdowns on you guys, you don't even know.
You don't even know.
Don't even know, bro. There's going to be fucking rickshaws and everything. You're in trouble.
It's coming to an end.
We fucked up.
Yeah.
We should play, what did somebody write me the other day? Pickleball.
No, we should not.
Somebody wrote me the other day. I said, where you been, bro? He goes, my wife's got me out here playing pickleball, 90-degree weather. I was like, what the fuck is pickleball?
Stop that, because let me tell you who plays pickleball.
What is pickleball?
It's a game.
Oh.
It's like low-tier tennis.
Oh. Isn't...
They're playing pickleball in retirement communities. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, he worked at the same sanitation company you did, so you better... I was like, really? Is that a thing? And
maybe I need to have a conversation with this guy.
Yeah, well.
Be like...
He wasn't a truck driver like you, so... he was more of a paperwork guy. So, and he never listens, so fuck him. What was I going to say? So wait a minute. Pickleball is tennis.
Low-tier tennis.
With the blue ball? With the blue ball?
No, we'll get off air. We'll look it up.
Well, what's the difference between tennis and that? That's what I'm saying. It's not the one with the big arm and the slingshot ball.
No, that's high-lie.
The one where they have the big scoop thing?
Yeah, that's called high-lie.
That thing's scary as fuck.
Yeah, they whip that ball at 9,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of betting that goes on with that game. A lot of corruption. It's a big Miami thing.
Okay, well... That's it.
Look, if you want to get drunk and hang out with a bunch of dirt balls, go to a highlight match in Miami.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That game is dangerous.
Super dangerous.
I mean, the way that these dudes cut, and it's really interesting because, like, how do I say
Did
this?
you watch any of that while you were in Florida?
No. I wasn't allowed to leave the house, as usual. Doesn't matter what area code I go to. I'm not allowed to leave the house per the Mega Beast's orders. So, no, this is why I was watching that creeped me out. So that gave it away that it was dangerous.
I learned about it on Miami Vice, the original show.
You shouldn't tell them stuff like that. You're dating us. You're making us look bad. We just lost the 19-year-old demographic here because they were like, what the fuck is Miami Vice?
No, they saw that TV show, that movie that came out like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, the remake?
Yeah.
Was Colin Farrell in it?
Yeah.
Did he talk,
I don't know. It was terrible.
Did he talk about how he was in the Navy SEALs and about this is the stuff that he used to do before he demoed the gate?
Yeah, it was terrible.
He's like, remember when I said I was in the SEALs? This is what I used to do.
Oh, my
Pay attention to me, Ice-T, or whatever the fuck that rapper's name is.
Yeah, I don't know. That movie was terrible.
The SWAT one or the other one?
All
of them?
The Miami Vice one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got to watch it.
No,
It
you
didn't
gotta
make you
watch.
want to
You
buy
gotta
a
watch
suit?
the original show.
What are you going to do if I know. There's a bunch of actors in there that are really amazing. What are you going to do if I buy you a Miami Vice suit?
I would totally wear it.
Would you wear it to Florida though?
I would. It's a white linen suit with a
one.
with a powder blue wife beater.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a wife beater, right? It was just a shirt with no sleeves on it. It was a designer blue shirt.
Oh, they're
powder
wearing
blue
no
shirt
sleeves under that.
He had no sleeves under it. Yeah,
My man, you can't do that. Where's all your stank go?
into the jacket.
No, because then the girl's on you. What are you trying to be, Dennis Rodman and shit? Be stinky as fuck? No, bro. You got to have something to catch a stink, then an outer layer that you could barricade in the cologne. What the fuck's happening? Wearing
Look, man,
sleeveless shirts in the Miami Vice?
We're gonna get hip to Miami Vice, the TV show. I'm just saying.
You know why I can't handle that?
Why?
They're too obvious. It makes me crazy. I'm like, bro, I don't care what you say. I can smell your 505 low from 10 miles away. You overdid it with the suit. You could have done the suit and a low-tier good car, but they did both. And I'm like, homie, you scream narco. The minute you pull the credit card out in some Bolivian snow, I'm leaving. Because all you're doing is passing it around and videotaping us. I don't want you. Get the fuck out of here, narco. Those guys were, it was unrealistic, bro.
It was not unrealistic.
Nobody is running around in those suits.
If you watch the documentaries on the cocaine trade in Miami in the 80s.
No, I'm not saying that's unrealistic. I'm saying that them being over and too much was unrealistic.
It's not.
They needed
because
a subtle piece.
No, that's how they were rolling.
Listen, you never
That's
saw.
how they roll. As a matter of fact, Miami Vice was so cutting edge that the episodes they did mirrored real news stories.
That goes back to the black swan and just theft of media for lack of inspiration.
Jesus Christ. This is so all over the fucking road. Dude, if we were driving right now, this would be a DUI.
Not in Miami, it wouldn't.
No.
Listen, all I was saying is this just smells a little bit like glitter.
Oh God,
They're like, this is too much.
You know what? We're gonna get hip to the show, and then I don't want to hear anymore.
All right. We can knock them all out. We can make Nigel watch all of them.
Yeah.
At the retreat.
Yep.
Just like he's gonna show up, and you're gonna be like, "What's going on?" Nothing. Beep. And then just Miami Vice shows up.
Yep.
And then every fucking time we come into the office, just beep, beep. He'll be like, "What the fuck's happening? Why does Joe Skelly keep playing this?" I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's been doing this for like all year now. Just keeps playing Miami Vice.
It's his thing.
Right. Earlier, I caught him drawing the car on a napkin, on a cocktail napkin. Can he draw it? No, it's just a tire with a little M on it.
Oh God, here we go. All right.
So back to what we were talking about earlier. Oh wait, no, we're not supposed to keep talking.
No, we got to do another episode.
We're supposed to get out of here.
Yeah.
Should we get out of here?
Yep.
97 seconds.
Bays Boys Podcast. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, give us a 5-star rating. Tell your cousin this time.
I think we did cousin last episode.
Tell your stepfather.
What are you kidding? None of our listeners have fathers. We're out of here.